The Senate will come back to order.
Do you want to text people so they know?
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move a call of the Senate.
You have heard. A call has been moved and is properly sustained. Will the sergeants please return all the senators to the Senate, lock the doors, and Mr. Carpenter, please call the roll.
Senators Bridges, Cook excused, Quorum, Crowder, Danielson,
Here.
Donovan, Finberg, Fields, Foote,
Senators Bridges,
Gardner,
excused, Quorum, Crowder, Danielson,
Here.
Donovan,
Foote, Gardner, Janal,
Present.
Gonzalez, Hanson, Hill excused, Heisey, Holbert, Lee,
here, Hood,
Lundeen,
Gardner,
Marble,
Janal,
Present.
Gonzalez, Lundeen,
Mr. Carpenter.
Senators, if you could mute your microphones whenever you are not speaking, that would be appreciated. Thank you. Marble, Moreno, Pedersen,
Here.
Priola, Rankin,
present,
Rodriguez, Scott,
here,
Smallwood,
here,
Sonnenberg, Story,
Here.
Tate, Todd,
Here.
Williams,
Present.
Winter,
Here.
Woodward, Zenzinger, Holbert, Marble, Foote,
Here.
present,
We can just add them to the roll. We can just add them later.
Mr. Carpenter, please mark Senator Lundeen excused. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the call be raised.
You have heard the motion. The motion is to raise the call. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have, and the call is raised. Committee reports.
December 1st, 2020, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of Mayor's Committee the following. House Bill 1001 be referred to Committee to hold the favorable recommendation. Recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. December 1st, 2020, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of Mayor's Committee the following. House Bill 1002 be referred to Committee to hold the favorable recommendation. Recommendation placed on the consent calendar. December 1st, 2020, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of Mayor's Committee the following. House Bill 1003 be referred to Committee to hold the favorable recommendation. Recommendation placed on the consent calendar. December 1st, 2020, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration of Mayor's Committee the following. House Bill 1004 be referred to Committee to hold the favorable recommendation. Recommendation placed on the consent calendar.
Special orders, second reading of bills.
Moreno.
Consent calendar. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate take up House Bills 1006, 1001, 1003, 1002 on special orders consent calendar at the hour of 4:39 p.m.
The motion is that the Senate take up special order second reading of bills consent calendar, which will include House Bill 1006, 1001, 1003, and 1002 at the hour of 16:39. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. And that motion is adopted. The Senate will take up special order second reading of bills consent calendar, and Senator Moreno will take the chair. Mr. Carpenter, please add Senator Lundin to the roll call. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have the motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar, and Senator Moreno will take up the chair.
You said majority leader. I thought I heard. But it was odd because you were looking at him.
The committee will come to order. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read the title to all the bills on the special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar?
House Bill 1006 by Representative Martin, Senator Zenzinger, concerning modifications to the insurance premium tax and in connection with modifying how credits against premium tax payments may be claimed or transferred, or adjusting how estimated quarterly taxes are calculated and allowing a company to claim and refund for overpayments of estimated premium tax liability. House Bill 1001 by Representative Young and Soper and Senators Donovan and Quorum, concerning support for expanding broadband access for preschool through 12th grade education in connection therewith, creating the Connecting Colorado Students Grant Program and making an appropriation. House Bill 1003 by Representatives Cutter and Bockenfeld, Senator Story and Heisey, concerning changes to the Food Pantry Assistance Grant Program in connection therewith, making an appropriation. House Bill 1002 by Representatives Kippen, Landgraf, Senators Pedersen and Sonnenberg, concerning the creation of the COVID-19 Emergency Relief Grant Programs for the child care sector and in connection therewith, making an appropriation.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the adoption of all the bills on the consent calendar and their associated committee reports, which includes House Bill 1006, House Bill 1001, along with the Finance Committee report, House Bill 1003, along with the Finance Committee report, and House Bill 1002, along with the Finance Committee report.
Is there any discussion on any of the committee reports to any of the bills on the special orders, second reading of bills consent calendar? Seeing none, the question before the body is the adoption of all the committee reports to all the bills on the consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee reports are adopted. Is there any discussion on any of the bills on the special order second reading of bills consent calendar? Seeing none, the question before the body is the adoption of all the bills on the consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bills are adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come back to order. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read the report?
Mr. President, your committee will budget the reports adding serious belonging tax bills being secondary, though makes following recommendation on House Bill 1006, House Bill 1001 as amended, House Bill 1003 as amended, House Bill 1002 as amended, pass the second reading or revised, place accounted for the ring of final passage.
Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
The motion is for the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 2 excused, the committee of the whole report is adopted. House Bill 1006, House Bill 1001 as amended, House Bill 1003 as amended, House Bill 1002 as amended, passed on second reading, order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Special orders, second reading of bills. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate take up House Bills 1004 and 1005 on special orders at the hour of 4:45 p.m.
The motion is that the Senate take up on special order second reading of bills House Bill 1004 and House Bill 1005 at the hour of 16:45. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Senate will take up those bills listed on the special order second reading of bills calendar at the hour of 16:45. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of special orders second reading of bills. And Senator Moreno will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read the title to House Bill 1004?
House Bill 1004 by Representatives Valdez, A. and Winkle, and Senators Bridges and Tate concerning temporary
Senator
deduction
Bridges.
from state net taxable sales
Thank
for certain
you.
retailers in the state in order to allow such retailers to retain the resulting sales tax collected as assistance for lost revenue as a result of the economic disruptions due to the presence of the coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 in Colorado.
Mr. Carpenter, that baby has really slowed you down, I will say. And I apologize, I forgot. We can interrupt you on amendments, but not when reading the title to the bill. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. It's Chair right now, right?
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I believe there's an amendment at the desk. We have to adopt it.
This is Jeff's first time.
Man, okay, why don't you take this? Come on.
Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Has there been a motion for the committee report yet?
There has not been, Senator.
I move the committee report,
And the bill, please?
and I move House Bill 1004.
Perfect, thank you. Is there discussion on the Finance Committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No? The ayes have it, and the committee report is adopted. There is an amendment on the desk.
Knew it.
Mr. Carpenter, will you please read Amendment L006?
Amendment L006, House Bill 1004 by Senator Bridges, amending Ring Bill page 2, after line 1, insert section 1, legislative declaration 1 of the General Assembly, hereby finds and declares that A, due to the coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing public health emergency that Colorado has been battling since March 2020, many retailers in the state, particularly those that are subject to mandatory capacity
Senator
restrictions.
Bridges.
Thank you. He was doing very well, too. Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is an amendment for a legislative declaration. I know. The reason that we are doing this is because this bill has a major impact on our economy. It has a major impact on folks who are unemployed right now. We need to say that in the legislative declaration and make it clear that is legislative intent in order for this bill to be legal. So this is a legislative declaration that actually impacts the bill, and I would ask for an aye vote.
Senator Bridges, will you please move Amendment L006?
Nope, that's for him.
Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move L006, the House Bill 1004.
Amendment L006 has been moved and is properly before us. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of Amendment L006. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. Is there further discussion on House Bill 1004? Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Great bill. Please vote yes.
Any further discussion? Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to just give a shout out to my colleague from Larimer County who made the observation that this meaningful tax relief only makes sense if a business is getting revenue. And so we need to make sure we get our businesses open and reinvesting in themselves again. I'm going to beat that dead horse for maybe 18 more hours. Thank you, members.
Seeing no further discussion, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1004. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and House Bill 1004 is adopted. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read the title to House Bill 1005?
House Bill 1005 by Representatives Byrd and Senators Rodriguez and Tate concerning authorization for local governments to enact restrictions relating to fees charged by a third-party food delivery service or retail food establishment.
Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 1005 to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
Is there further discussion on House Bill 1005? There is an amendment on the desk. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read Amendment L016?
Amendment L016, House Bill 1005 by Senator Waterman, Ringross, Bill,
Senator
please.
Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Amendment L016 to House Bill 1005.
To the amendment, Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I normally would just not discuss, but I think I'll just mention that this is a simple amendment created by the minority leader to clarify what is a declared public health disaster emergency. And it provides extra specificity. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, after reviewing the amendment, I don't see any problem with that in this, just more clarification.
Is there further discussion on Amendment L016? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the amendment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and Amendment L016 is adopted. Is there further discussion on House Bill 1005? Senator Woodward.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The concerning part of House Bill 1005 is the fact that it actually dissuades entrepreneurs from jumping in and stepping up against the big boys. Up in my neck of the woods in Larimer County, there are a couple of startup companies, including NoCo Nosh and a couple of others, who have seen an opportunity to step in and compete against Uber and Uber Eats and Grubhub and some of the DoorDash and some of those big names. And the reason that they can succeed is they walk into some of these small restaurants and they say, I know you're paying top dollar for some of those big name brand companies. I'll do it for a little bit less. So what we're doing by pushing the cost down from Uber and some of those folks is we're preventing some of these entrepreneurs from stepping into this exploding market and letting free markets take care of themselves. So I am going to stand in opposition to this. I received a couple of phone calls today from folks around who are trying to start these companies, and I think this takes us in the wrong direction.
Is there further discussion? Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I appreciate the remarks of my colleague. I heard him say that there are some small business entrepreneur vultures circling, trying to take advantage of an exploited market. I think he said exploited or exploded, but I think the connotation is the same, is that we have a massive government-inspired distortion in the market in the terms of businesses being told they can't function. So there is no free market anymore to those who are free market devotees. We have businesses that operating at maybe 25% capacity. Maybe their boiler, in terms of a business metaphor, they're not burning, their boiler's not firing, it's just the pilot light going. And that's an exploited market, to use the term of my colleague from Larimer County. Folks, these are local businesses that have invested in physical capital that I presume a lot of them will be going concerns once we figure out how to, again, to beat a dead horse, get these businesses reopened and reinvesting in themselves by having a favorable climate for our local businesses. why do we want them even kicked when they're down more by out-of-state, disruptive, capital market subsidized technology companies? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1005. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? The ayes have it, and House Bill 1005 is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
The Senate will come back to order. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has met and had a number of bills under consideration. Mr. Carpenter, will you please read the report?
Mr. President, your committee will basically report that in consideration of following tax bills being second reading, that makes following recommendation on House Bill 1004 is amended. House Bill 1005 is amended. Pass second read over ayes. Place counter for the review and final passage.
Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
The motion is for the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 2 excused, the committee of the whole report is adopted. House Bill 1004 is amended. House Bill 1005 is amended. Passed on second reading. Order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Announcements. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple of quick things. First of all, just another reminder that today is the deadline to identify your first 3 bills for the next legislative session. Please be in touch with OLS on that if you haven't done so yet. Also, members, I wanted to thank everyone for their gracious and generous contributions to the fine jar over the last year or so. This amount of money has actually added up, and it's allowed us to offer a small breakfast for everybody tomorrow morning, so you won't be going hungry. It will be provided by the Duffy Roll Cafe, is my understanding. I have some specific notes here that I need to relay. The front desk has ordered these, and they have gotten an assortment of individually packaged bacon, sausage, or veggie breakfast wraps and sandwiches. And each box, each one, members, includes a miniature, original Duffy roll. There will also be boxes of assorted miniature Duffy rolls with flavors like zesty orange, mountain maple, Irish cream, English coffee, and pecanilla crunch. What the heck is that? And a fruit bowl, all set up in the hall outside of the west side of the chamber by about 8:30. So by 8:30, there will be breakfast set up. Please help yourself, and hopefully we will be able to get done all of our work tomorrow relatively early in the day and have it be somewhat of an early day. So thank you for all of your transgressions of the rules over the last year, and keep it coming so we can continue to buy ourselves breakfast. Mr. President, I think that is all we've got. Thank you all for your work today. Mr. President, I move that the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020.
Members, thank you for your work. You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The Senate will stand in adjournment until 0900 hours on Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020.